All right, let's crush another Mtel question. This one says, on the coordinate plane, the bases of an isosceles trapezoid are parallel to the y-axis. If three of its vertices are these three coordinates, what is its area? So let's draw that. All right, so there's a coordinate plane. Let's plot our points. So we got one at -1, 7. I'm going to put that up there somewhere. We have 5, 9, so that's a little bit higher than the 7. We got 5, -1, which would be down here. And then we're told that the bases are parallel to the y-axis. So this must be a base going up and down here. So let's draw these lines. So there's a base. Here's a side that isn't a base. And if this is an isosceles trapezoid, our last side must look something like this. It has to have the same length as the other side. So when we close off the trapezoid, it should look something like this. I don't know exactly what that point is yet, but if it's parallel with the y-axis, this point down here is the one that we don't know. So it's going to have an x value of -1. And then actually I can deduce that since this one is 2 higher than this one must be 2 higher than this one. So the y value has to be 1. Because in an isosceles trapezoid, these two side lengths are the same, and they're going to be at the same angles because these two sides are parallel. So since there's a difference in the y value of 2 on this side of the trapezoid, the difference in the y value must be 2 on this side of the trapezoid. So this is going to be our trapezoid. So now we're talking about area of the trapezoid. So that's going to be a pretty important formula to have for this question. So let's get that down. So area of a trapezoid is the average of the bases, the average of the base lengths times the height. So it's similar to like length times width, except since trapezoids have two different bases, you take the average of those. So it's B1 plus B2 divided by 2, and all of that times the height. So since all of these measurements, the bases and the heights, are either straight up and down or straight left and right, we can calculate them relatively easily. So I know that this point right here is 1, 1. I know that this point down here is 5, -1. So the height of this trapezoid is how far we've moved in the x direction. So that's the height right there. And from this point to this point, we've gone 6 to the right. So we can say that h equals 6. We've got two different bases, so I'm going to say base 1. So we can call base 1 the shorter side, and that distance is from -1, 1 to -1, 7 in the y direction. So there it's just the difference between the 7 and the 1. So 7 minus 1 is just 6, so that base is also 6. And then base 2, we're going to find the difference between these points just in the y direction. So this one's 5, 9. So we're going from -1 to 9 in the y direction. 9 minus -1 is 10. And now we've got all of our measurements to plug into this equation. So we have area equals, now we can just do our bases added together. So 6 plus 10, that divided by 2, times our height, which was 6. 6 plus 10 is 16. I can just divide that by 2. That's going to be 8. So our area is 8 times 6. 8 times 6 is 48. So our answer is B.